Thanks a lot for staying with us. While we're in Kerala, we're also bringing you this exclusive conversation with the only Muslim candidate the BJP has fielded for the 2024 elections, and not just in Kerala, mind you, but anywhere in the country. Of course, this has grabbed headlines. I'm talking about Dr. Abdul Salam, who's the BJP candidate from Malappuram, which is a heavily Muslim-dominated constituency in Kerala. And he has had the distinction of becoming the only Muslim candidate fielded by the BJP anywhere in the country for the 2024 elections. Dr. Abdul Salam is former Calicut University VC as well. He's joining us now. Thanks a lot, Dr. Salam, for speaking to us. Let me begin by asking you, what do you make of the headlines? How do you feel about the headlines you've created as the only Muslim BJP candidate this year?
No, that is, something a recognition. I consider as a recognition. Recognition not only for me, but for the 19-20 crores of Indian Muslims.
You say it's a recognition for all Indian Muslims, but BJP faces a lot of criticism for not giving enough Muslims tickets for elections, whether state or general elections. What do you think about that?
It is a false. It's a created story. It's never, BJP is never an anti-Muslim party. BJP is the only party allowing Muslims to live better than any other nation. India is a heaven for a Muslim. You have all the freedom of enjoying your liberty, your equality, everything. You tell me any nation which provide a better environment than India for Muslims. So these are all created stories of the opposition to get the vote bank advantage.
I want to ask you, what made you join the BJP? You joined in 2019. You fought the 2021 state elections as well, and now you're fighting in the general elections. But what made you join the BJP in the first place?
It is our Prime Minister, I was studying the performance of our Prime Minister, the then Chief Minister of Gujarat. He was creating miracle over there, miracles of development over there. I was watching, I was doing some studies about him, his vision, his mission, his developmental philosophy, his technology, tech-savvy person. And he's a man committed to the heritage of India, committed to the value systems of India, a hybrid of Indian heritage and technology. He was the person, whom I was, looking for as a leader.
Right. What do you make of the Prime Minister's push then to want to do better in Kerala? They have a large national target, but the state of Kerala is also featuring very heavily in that target. They want to break into the Kerala politics. What do you make of that push?
Now, this time, our Prime Minister was very keen to make a break here in this part of the world, this part of the nation. Now, he declared that as early as 1 year before, and he was making very highly constant and scientific efforts, all these days by deputing leaders over here, identifying the reasons as to why people are distancing from BJP. And, people are watching, they're all intelligent people. Of course, it is a communist state, basically, communist state. Very educated people, exposed people, internationally exposed people, relatively, people maintaining high quality of life and all that. But they have their own opinion, or they are opinion makers. They have their own individuality and all that. This state is having a population of 3.5 crores, of which 27% forms Muslims, 18% forms Christians, 55% forms Hindus. And these Hindus and Christians, not Hindus, Muslims and Christians, both minorities, are the forward community in terms of economy, education, health, etc., etc. The so-called majority is all the time running behind. So the advantage of Muslim minority in terms of their association with the Gulf countries made them to grow fast. In the other case, in the case of Christians, their association with the Christian developed nations also help them to grow fast. Unfortunately, the majority community never have got such an opportunity. So their pace of development was also accordingly.
Right, but this time around, with the BJP making such a big push, why do you think Keralites will change their voting pattern? What is going to make that difference for them?
Yeah, it is because of the 10 years of development created by Modi ji in all facets of life, let it be infrastructure or education or health or, the COVID management or international relations. You touch any area of development, Modi ji left no area untouched, no person untouched, no nation untouched. He is now a leader of the world. He talks, earlier he was talking about India, first Gujarat, then India. Now he's talking about the globe. He's talking about 808 crores of the global people. He talks about one world, one food, one medicine. India is going to be the producer for all the nations, food for others, medicine for others, the producer for others. No, he considers everybody, every citizen of every person of the globe as our own people, our own brothers and sisters. That's why he was talking about Vasudeva Kudumbakam, right? Isn't it? So the image created by Modi ji from a leader of Gujarat to a leader of the nation, now to the leader of the world. Every global leader,
Okay.
not the global national leaders, they are waiting for the words of Modi ji now. He's the final word. They are committing each other to stand with the Modi ji even for photographs or getting autographs. That is the stature he has built over 10 years of time as a Prime Minister of India. You were listening, the remarks of Assange, Modi ji is the boss, the remark of Biden and many others. Modi ji has now become a miracle.
I want to ask you, as the candidate from the BJP in Malappuram, as you're campaigning, what are you telling fellow Muslims or even the other minorities, Christians in your constituency? Why can the BJP or how can the BJP be the right party for them? What are you telling them?
You are right. That is the right question. We have been analyzing this factor, how to approach them. We are approaching primarily with the developments achieved by Modi, initiated by Modi, executed by Modi in the government over 10 years in the form of 300 odd programs. All these programs, if you analyze it very closely, you will see that it was totally inclusive, touching everybody. And he has 4 types of stakeholders, mothers, a number of programs for mothers, farmers, farmer-centric programs, poor-centric programs, youth-centric programs. You tell me which section he left. He was not talking. Even minority-centric programs or keeping minorities comfortable. You tell me an area which is left untouched, either, infrastructure-wise or even, human sections-wise or religion-wise or age-wise.
I want to ask you, recently there was a controversy as well. The Prime Minister came to your area for campaigning, but you were not seen with him. And, there was an allegation that despite the fact that you're the only Muslim candidate for the BJP, or because you are the Muslim candidate of the BJP, you were not allowed to share space with the PM. Would you like to clarify exactly what happened?
Shivani, you listen to me. Last time is yesterday when Prime Minister was here at Kundankulam. I was a person sitting next to next person was Suresh Gopi. Then I was sitting with him. I had the fortune of sitting very closely with him and talking to him and also enjoying the association with him. Now you are talking about the previous visit in Palakkad. At that point of time, I was never invited for traveling with Modi's vehicle during the road show. But I went over there with a definite purpose. My purpose was, one, I wanted to take a good photograph with Modi ji. Number two, I wanted to invite him to Malappuram for a similar road show. That's it. So people interpreted that, Dr. Salam was invited there, he was not allowed in the car, he is a Muslim, that false information was propagated by our own enemies, the so-called opponents, and they took advantage. They said, Muslim, again they tried to prove that, BJP is against Muslims. That is why the lone candidate was also kept out of this vehicle. That was totally false.
Okay. So my final question to you, as I said, BJP doesn't give a lot of tickets to Muslim candidates, and one of their leaders has actually written about this. Why? It's because even Muslim candidates of the BJP don't really get a lot of Muslim votes. So now that you are the BJP's lone Muslim candidate in these elections and this constituency has a very high percentage of Muslim voters, how confident are you feeling about your chances from Malappuram?
Now, BJP in Kerala, we believe that this time we will get at least maybe a reach, maybe 4 or 5. Up to 5 seats we are expecting in Kerala. In Malappuram, you should understand the fact that Malappuram is a 70% Muslim dominated state. 28% Hindus and 2% Christians. All these years, right from 1952, Malappuram has sent 18 MPs. And out of 18 MPs, 17 belong to Indian Union Muslim League because Malappuram is having 70% Muslims. The Indian Union Muslim League is a strong party over here, primarily, membered by the Muslims of this region. So they have a monopoly here. It is very difficult to break that monopoly. See, our objective of sending a person over here as an NDA candidate was primarily, first, to improve our position, one. Number two, we want also to test what is the efficacy of the developments done by the Modi ji during the past 10 years in a Muslim-dominated, district or the constituency. This 70% Muslim populated district has the benefit, particularly for the women, Muslim women, the benefit of enactment made by Modi for mutalaq, triple talaq. So they will definitely have a positive attitude to Modi ji. That's number one. Number two, the developments achieved by Modi ji is also very much there in every home. Number three, every home was receiving 3 to 5 program benefits implemented by Modi ji. Number four, there are some development hungry people because of the developmental crippling over years. People are looking for development. That's it. Then another important thing, I was the Vice Chancellor of the University of Calicut, which is also situated in the same constituency. So I was a tough Vice Chancellor, that is what people say. But I tell you, now the people come and realize that the toughness was good for the university. I have done a lot of good things. Dr. Saab, you are right. I will vote for you. The communists called me over phone and said, I will vote for you. Congress fellows called me and told, I will vote for you. Muslim fellows called and told, Muslim League fellows called and told me, I will vote for you. So there is, some goodwill because of I believe my good work in the University of Calicut. So if all these things converge, there can be a boost which can reach even to the level of a success.
All right. On that note, I do thank you, Dr. Abdul Salam, for joining us. He's, of course, the BJP's lone Muslim candidate in 2024 elections, fighting from Malappuram in Kerala. On that note, it's a wrap on this edition of our special election show from Kerala. We'll, of course, keep getting you more as the campaigning continues.